In the heart of the Roman Republic, where the might of eagles cast a long shadow, a spark of defiance flickered. A Thracian warrior, Spartacus, once a free man, now a slave, a gladiator condemned to die for the entertainment of his oppressors. But Spartacus was no ordinary man. He yearned for more than the bloody spectacle of the arena. He dreamed of freedom. This is the story of his rebellion, a story of courage, of desperation, of a man who dared to challenge the might of Rome. This is the story of Spartacus.
In the spring of 73 BC, under the oppressive shadow of the Roman Republic, a spark ignited, a spark that would grow into a flame challenging the very foundations of Rome. In the gladiatorial school of Gnaeus Cornelius Lentulus Batiatus in Capua, a Thracian warrior named Spartacus decided that the time had come to break free from his chains. The house of Batiatus was more than a school. It was a fortress prison where men were trained to entertain their captors with brutal combat, their lives hanging on the whims of a cheering crowd. Gladiators like Spartacus honed their deadly skills, wielding weapons ranging from the short gladius to the curved sica, a blade favored by Thracians. In this arena of blood and sand, mercy was rare, and death was a spectacle. Spartacus was not born a slave. Hailing from the fierce tribes of Thrace, modern-day Bulgaria, he was known as Spartacus, meaning famous for his spear. A warrior of noble bearing and formidable strength, he had served as an auxiliary in the Roman army. But the Thracian spirit could not be tamed. Deserting the army, perhaps to join King Mithridates VI in rebellion, he was captured and condemned to the gladiator's life, a fate many considered worse than death. Yet beneath the warrior's exterior lay a keen mind. Plutarch described him as more intelligent and cultured than might be expected of one in his station. Spartacus chafed under the harsh discipline of the gladiatorial school. The constant drills, the punishments for minor infractions, and the prospect of dying for the amusement of others fueled his desire for freedom. By spring, Spartacus and his fellow gladiators had crafted an audacious escape plan. It required surprise and unity. Alone, none could hope to succeed, but betrayal forced their hand prematurely. As guards moved to quash the rebellion, Spartacus led a desperate charge to the kitchens. Armed with cleavers, spits, and whatever they could grasp, they fought their way out in a fierce and bloody melee. 74 gladiators escaped into the countryside, and fate smiled upon them when they intercepted a wagon loaded with weapons, bound for another school. Freedom was not their only goal. They sought vengeance for the humiliation inflicted upon them. Spartacus was chosen to lead the Thracians, while Crixus and Eunomaus commanded the Celts and Germans. They headed for Mount Vesuvius, a dormant volcano that offered a natural fortress and a vantage point over the rich Campanian plains. Rome underestimated them, viewing the fugitives as mere bandits. The Senate dispatched Praetor Gaius Claudius Glaber with 3,000 militia, raw recruits ill-prepared for battle. Glaber besieged the rebels, blocking the mountain's only known path. But Spartacus, ever the strategist, crafted ropes from wild grapevines. Under the cloak of darkness, his men descended the unguarded cliffs, flanking and overwhelming the Roman camp. The victory was swift and humiliating for Rome. As word spread, slaves and disaffected farmers flocked to Spartacus's banner. Their numbers swelled into the thousands, transforming a band of fugitives into a formidable force. The rebels raided the countryside, striking fear into the hearts of landowners. The Senate, alarmed, sent Praetor Publius Varinius, but he too was defeated. Internal tensions began to surface. Spartacus advocated marching north to escape over the Alps, believing that lingering in Italy was suicide. Crixus, driven by overconfidence and greed, insisted on staying to plunder. The rebels split. Crixus and his followers met their demise against consul Lucius Gellius Publicola. Spartacus honored his fallen comrade by forcing 300 captured Romans to fight to the death, a grim reversal of the gladiatorial games. Pressing northward, Spartacus defeated the consuls Gellius and Gnaeus Cornelius Lentulus Clodianus, then routed proconsul Gaius Cassius Longinus in Cisalpine Gaul. The road through the Alps lay open, but his men, intoxicated by success and dreams of glory, refused to leave Italy. Some even spoke of marching on Rome itself. Understanding the futility of attacking the well-fortified capital without siege equipment or sufficient forces, Spartacus turned south. The Senate, recognizing the gravity of the rebellion, appointed Marcus Licinius Crassus to crush it. Crassus, a wealthy and ruthless commander, raised 6 new legions. After a subordinate disobeyed orders and suffered defeat, Crassus reinstated the brutal practice of decimation to instill discipline, executing 1 in every 10 men who showed cowardice. Spartacus aimed to escape to Sicily, hoping to incite further revolts. He negotiated with Cilician pirates for passage, but they betrayed him. Trapped in the toe of Italy, Spartacus faced Crassus's fortifications, a wall stretching from sea to sea. Supplies dwindled, and morale waned. In a bold move during a fierce snowstorm, Spartacus's men filled the Roman trenches with earth and debris, breaking through the blockade. Yet divisions persisted. A splinter group led by Castus and Gannicus broke away, only to be annihilated by Crassus. The rebellion's end loomed. Spartacus, ever defiant, prepared for a final stand. Before the battle, he slew his own horse, declaring, "If we win, I'll have many horses to choose from. If we lose, I won't need one." He fought with unparalleled ferocity, cutting down Roman soldiers as he pushed toward Crassus himself. Wounded and surrounded, Spartacus fell, his body never found, a fitting enigma for a legendary figure. In the aftermath, Crassus eliminated 6,000 captured rebels along the Appian Way from Capua to Rome. The ghastly sight, a forest of crosses bearing human agony, served as a grim warning to all who might challenge Rome's might. The stench and horror lingered for months, a haunting reminder of the price of defiance. Yet Spartacus's legacy endured, echoing through the ages as a symbol of resistance. While not a social revolutionary seeking to overturn the established order, his quest for freedom and justice resonated deeply. He was an exceptional man, whose courage and charisma shook the Roman Empire to its core. His story became legend, inspiring countless retellings. The real Spartacus was transformed into a mythic hero, a beacon for the oppressed. As time passed, his tale was woven into the fabric of history.
Thanks for watching. If you were intrigued by this video, you're going to love our next adventure. We're going back in time to 536 AD, when a mysterious fog plunged the northern hemisphere into darkness. Imagine a world where the sun disappears for 18 months, crops wither, and famine grips entire civilizations. We'll explore chilling first-hand accounts from Byzantine scholars and ancient Chinese astronomers who witnessed this apocalyptic event. Using evidence trapped in ancient ice cores, we'll uncover the cause, a colossal volcanic eruption that triggered a devastating volcanic winter. But the darkness was just the beginning. As if things weren't bad enough, the deadly plague of Justinian emerged, pushing humanity to the brink. We'll witness the resilience of those who survived and uncover the lessons learned from this dark chapter in history. Join us as we delve into this ancient mystery and gain a deeper understanding of our planet's delicate balance.
Imagine a world where the sun vanishes, where day bleeds into night, and an unnatural twilight engulfs the earth. The year is 536 AD. A cataclysmic event has plunged our planet into darkness. A mysterious fog descends, shrouding civilizations in a chilling gloom. From the Roman Empire to the far reaches of Asia, a year of unimaginable hardship begins. Crops wither and die. Famine stalks the land, and in the shadows a deadly plague is lurking. This is the story of 536 AD, the worst year in human history.
There was a sign from the sun, the like of which had never been seen or reported before. The sun became dark, and its darkness lasted for 18 months. Each day it shone for about 4 hours, and still this light was only a feeble shadow. Everyone declared that the sun would never recover its full light again.